She found out her daughter was a 304 and lost it. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Don't know why I'm what's going on with this video.
What?
I haven't seen this. I just saw the title and said, you know, that title look kind of crazy. Look like we all unemployed.
What?
We got something to watch, right? We just need something to watch. Now, let's get straight into it. O'Shea video. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe too. Stop being shy. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. If y'all really rocking with me, who's real out there? Let's get straight into the video.
She been comment me.
Recently, I was scrolling on its own site and I was looking for the topic I was about to do. I just came back on and I just happened to see this particular post of this woman complaining about her teenage daughter, right? So I decided that I would press play.
Parents of disrespectful teenagers. These are the only ones I want to hear from, okay? I don't want to hear from the ones who, you know, oh, you should have raised them right, this and that, whatever. I have a terrible teenager, okay? But what I want to know is, how would you handle this situation? I have a teenager that just is deciding that she's going to leave the house all hours of the night, go and stay at her boyfriend's house, come home the next morning, mid-afternoon, not going to school, just deciding she is just going to do what she wants to do. Right? Don't tell me to beat her ass. I done already done that shit. The bitch is
Damn. Sometimes I feel like it is. I mean, no matter how good of a parent, I'm gonna get into it after this.
wrestler. We rumble back and forth. Like it's too much. I'm not gonna fight her. She cusses me out. Right? Like, I mean, I told y'all I was embarrassed and I didn't want to get on that, but I'm just gonna air. It's too much. Okay, but this whole thing about her leaving my motherfucking house, right, and just coming back whenever she wants to come back, turning off her location, not letting me know where she's at. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with this at all, and I am like this close. I don't know what to do, but I'm losing it over here. I am losing it. Okay, I have cut her cell phone service off many times. Nothing phases this girl.
That sucks, because some parents really do just want to be parents. They want to be good parents, but it's like their kids sometimes have just bad influence around them. No matter how good of a parent you try to be, no matter how pure of intentions you might have and try and reach your this child is actually the one who's missing out, because a lot of people have parents that are foreign or that are too old or that are that had to grow up too fast, that there's a blurred line between them, or the line is so separated between them. It seems like this parent is actually putting out a lot of effort and intent into trying to, you know, be a good mom. I mean, well, I don't know, I'm just saying, because she seems genuine.
I don't know what else to do to get it through her head that it's like, I don't understand. Like, at this point, I'm just like, just let me know where you're going. Just let me know where you're going.
Yeah.
That way I have a compass. You know what I'm saying? If you come up missing or something happened to you, at least I have a compass to be like, okay, well, she told me she was going over here. I don't even have, I'm not going to go to the police at this moment. I am just so at my wits' end with this girl. No, she cannot go live with her dad. Her dad is dead. No, I don't have any.
So the young lady is definitely disturbed.
Her dad
And
is
of
what?
course, you know, I was a teenager once. I knew about teenagers like this that got to a point where, you know, they were rebelling against their parents. In this lady's case, her daughter is going outside.
You know, I never rebelled against my parents. I feel like maybe the worst it got as a teenager, though, is I would just be leaving at night. But I feel like my mom knew that I was pretty responsible and that I was not putting myself in danger, especially because I would be doing dumb shit like leaving at night in the middle of the night to get some midnight basketball runs. Like, I'm not leaving to do nothing crazy. But at the same time, it's like, it's dangerous after 9. Especially like when you're in LA. Shit just be happening, you know? But I feel like I was just leaving sometimes. She'd be like, where'd you go? I'm like, I went here. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I have a backpack and I'm holding my gym shoes. Where is it in a basketball? Where does it look like I'm coming from? Where's it like I'm going? I'm going to play basketball. You feel me? So like, I feel like that's probably the worst it's got for me. I was never like, you know what I mean? I was never like rebellious.
House, spending time with her boyfriend, turning her location off. The mom and her are clashing. It's evident. At a certain point, somebody says, well, where is her dad? The dad has passed away. And, you know, like I said, you know, no strong role model, a male role model in the young lady's life. And that does help, right? But let me just say this. I'm looking at the young lady as she's talking and expressing herself. And again, she's definitely mad. I can understand the cursing and all of this. But here's what I'm going to probably say. The daughter is picking up on the same attitude and framework that the mother exhibits. I'm going to say it again. The daughter could very well be picking up these same bad habits from the mother. And see, here's what a lot of black parents, I mean, especially in the black community, I hate to say this, but a lot of black parents don't like to take accountability for their mistakes. You know, we have a culture of do what I say, don't do as I do. And if you're not living the life in front of your daughter or your son.
And that's why I'm a really, really good proponent off of lead by example, because I'm really, really grateful I'm that type of person. I never even knew I was that type of person until one of my coaches told me. He said, hey, I understand, you know, you're a leader. I said, I'm not a leader. I just be doing things that I want other people to do, because if they see me. And he was like, literally, you lead by example. He was like, that's a form of leadership. And I never thought of it like that. I bagged it, said, you know what? He was like, I want you to keep doing what you're doing, because when they see you, one of the star player on the team, still coming early, still being respectful, not talking back to the coaches, not this, that, whatever, then they follow suit. And I was like, you know what? You're right. That is a form of, he was like, think about it. When they see Kobe coming in early, they're like, let me not be late. Not necessarily that they're going to come in early. There's going to be people trying to keep up with you coming in early, but they're not going to be late because you're early. Not everybody's on time. Same thing with Jordan. And I was like, you know what? That is me. So I took that with me a few years ago. I'm like, I do really lead by example, because people just see how I move. And then they like, you know, let me try and move like that a little bit better. And it's not even like, oh, I be setting trends, or I'm just, you know, it's really just like, I think it's just I'm so gilded towards what I need to be doing, what I want to be doing. So I feel like parents, I'm really pretty happy. I'm like that already. I don't have to try. I'm just born like that, because when I have kids, they can just see how I'm moving. You know, when you see your mom, she's just working hard. So you like, I learned that from my mom. I used to watch my mom growing up all the time. She used to always be working hard. Always, you know what I mean? That's a real thing.
The way you should. Basically what that means is your child don't respect you, okay? And it could be that, hey, the child is rebellious. The child wants to do whatever she wants to do. I get it. But there are certain points that this lady, like, by the way she's expressing herself, I mean, she's coming on with the bonnet. I already fought her, I beat her up already. Okay, you clearly have a problem too. And so your daughter has lost respect for you because of the way that you lived, the way that you're carrying out, and now the daughter is turned off. And a lot of parents don't want to understand, like, why does that happen? Let me just tell you this, as a young man in the 80s, and I hate to talk about this, but I talk about it every now and then. My dad got hooked on crack cocaine, and you know, I was a real daddy's kid and everything like that. My mom and dad were still together, but my dad would be gone for days at a time. Real bad drug addiction. He would come in 3-4 nights, go back out, playing in the streets. I kind of wondered something was going on, and he said, look, I got a drug problem. I was crying and stuff like that. Eventually, my dad was able to kick the habit, but what happened was my mom eventually, you know, they filed for divorce. You know, my dad went and got a new family, and, you know, the respect came back to a certain degree, but then at the same time, my dad would be the kind of man that would do one thing and not live up to what he's talking about, right? Ultimately, as a teenager, when your parent says something and is not living up to what they're instructing you to do, you eventually, at a certain point, you don't take that person seriously. Now, some people just rebel in other ways, like don't talk back, but just do something differently. This person don't even want to be bothered with you. And one of the reasons why that could be is obviously the father is dead, so there is no other person to reinforce that boundary. And we don't really know, as a mother, what kind of men you got coming in the house. What are you doing? Like, why is the young lady acting like that? And then all you want to tell us is the daughter is disrespectful and, you know, refuses to follow house rules, but maybe.
I feel like the scariest thing for me personally is because I've seen certain households that are open talking about, you know, clapping relations and stuff, and they're open about it, but at the same time, in other facets, talking about emotion and stuff like that, they're not open about it. In my family, we're like, well, we're Nigerian. A lot of Nigerians, you don't be talking about stuff like that, you know. But you like, you don't really open up about certain things like that. It's like, get better, be fine. You have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's your information. You do that. Not that we can't talk or communicate, but it's like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, how's your boyfriend? How was, you know what I mean? Not really like that, you know. My thing is not being so open that there's no respect anywhere, or so closed off to where you would rebel. You know, I give you no candy so that when you're older and you start, you know, working your first job and all this and that, you just like, you hold that resentment towards me because I never let you have candy and sugar, and then you start getting bigger and fat because, oh, nah, I get to eat candy now and I never had it, so now you should start going crazy, you know. Like, there's definitely a middle, but the scary thing is you don't know what that is. And you see some families that have done it, executed it right. It's like, we talk about this, we talk about that, but it's like there's no really right way because there's so many different personalities, environments, and everything that influences your everyday. You know what I mean? So it's kind of scary because it's like, if I don't raise my kids the right way and they come out mad as shit at me, boy, I dead ass might just move. I don't know. I mean,
You don't follow the house rules. And again, a lot of ladies, you know, in today's world, hey, you can do whatever you want to do, date who you want to date. Nobody can tell you nothing. I got that. We got that, right? You can do what you want to do. The problem is you expect your kids to sit there and just follow suit because you're the parent and you pay the bills. And it doesn't always work that way. And this is what I've learned, you know, being in my 40s now. And, you know, just because you pay the bills, just because you're the man, just because you know, have whatever, that don't mean that you get to do whatever you want to do. You have to live like the example you want to be. The same thing with running the business. I know so many guys who are in business and they feel like, well, I'm the boss. So I'm the boss and everybody should do what I'm doing because I'm paying them. All right. And you know, you want them to come in on time. You're not coming in on time. You want them to put in extra work. You don't put in extra work.
You like Brandon
want
Jennings.
them to do something that you're not doing. Okay. And so ultimately, people follow your leadership. And the leadership is not always what you're saying, it's usually what you're doing. The best coaches, the best people who motivate players, motivate business people, change industries, they are who they say they are. People buy into systems when people actually are who they say they are, not who they want to be. Oh, I'm the boss, or I'm the parent, or I'm the mama. No, honey. Being a mother means that if you're using the language you're using on site for the world to see, and you have that little nasty ass attitude, you have that nasty ass attitude with your daughter too. And to sit here and blame her as a teenager as if you didn't do anything wrong in the process shows a complete no accountability. It's complete no accountability. And it's sad. And there's so many women in the black community that I know like this. I had dealt with a young lady before. Her mom and her hated each other almost. I mean, you couldn't talk about them because they would both jump you.
What if you can create your own website
Oh,
by saying, this is what I want? With
Y'all
Wix,
subscribe so
you
I can afford premium. I'm sorry.
But
I like you guys. I really rock with you guys that say, I'm subscribed because I'm trying to help bro get premium. I'm tired of watching ads. I'm gonna subscribe so you can get that shit, gang. Thank you. Thank you.
Competition in between the two of them, and it was, you know, single mom, her, and she was always like, the mom wanted to put her out. It wasn't really stable. And the issue with her is, you know, like when you get these women that come from these kind of broke.
She's African. I could tell she's African. She said, you have to. You can see, watch. Look at her lips. Look at her lips. Look at her lips.
single mom, her, and she was always like, the
see,
mom
right
wanted
there,
to
one
put
more.
her out. It wasn't really
You have
stable.
to.
And the issue with her
I can
is,
tell.
like when you get these women that come from these kind of broken environments, it don't matter how good they look, because they're gonna look good. But they just been staying at different dudes' houses, doing whatever they can to get away from their mom. It's not. So as the system becomes broken, and so these women come out there and deal with men in the market, and they want to have a relationship with their mom. It's always toxic. And then when they start dealing with men and black men in the community, it's toxic. But a lot of these women are broken before the men even get to them. Okay, a lot of mamas, either they really like each other or they don't. It's one of the two. And see, when they don't like each other, it's kind of swept underneath the rug. But let's talk about it. These beefs between mothers and daughters happen so often in Black America, it's ridiculous. And a lot of these women are just running for some kind of male leadership because the dad has passed away or the dad is not there. It's so often. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how, and I'm not trying to be nasty or nothing, but you wanna know how you get some of these age differences in the Black community? Like if you see some 22-year-old lady with some 39-year-old man, 45-year-old man. You wanna know how that happens? I'm gonna tell you how that happens. That happens because something was broken in the house. That's how it happens. It's rebellious. It's rebellion.
That's true.
That woman is looking for some kind of father figure. She's looking for some type of stability, some kind of leadership. And her mama and them, daddy never gave it to her. Now, again, in other parts of the world, Brazil.
I agree with that, and I feel like it's not just a Black community. I feel like we kind of hold certain like what he said in the beginning. Like we haven't seen that we don't really take accountability necessarily, or we don't really lead by example. We just want to be like, I'm old, or I pay the bills, or I'm the man of the house, or I bring home the money, or I'm the wife, so low key I kind of run the house, or I'm your parent. At the end of the day, I'm older, I'm the elder. So you gotta listen to me. And we don't take accountability. And I do agree with that, because I feel like the best way to raise a kid or to have a say so for a kid is to kind of be like, you set that boundary early on, like you have a brain, I have a brain. Let's come to a common interest. And the more that you work on that with your kid, the more they can go into the real world and do that with other people too. And they can notice because once you start thinking like that, you shift your mind. Once I start thinking like that, now I can tell other people that can and can't do the same thing. Whether it's like, what do you want to do? You do this? You want to do what you want to do, or you want to do what I would do? There's no compromise. You got to let them learn this compromise, and you have your own space. And then so you feel like you're your own human being early, still living under certain house rules, which is what it is, rather than you're here living under my rules. You can't do nothing. You're under my rules. I'm older. That's why. I feel like that's where you kind of steer your kids the wrong way, set them up for failure.
Getting clapped out in the open. So again, yes, the daughter disrespectful, it's ownership on her. When are some of these mothers going to take ownership?
No, we don't even know about this mother, she's bad or not. I do know that some people could turn on the thing and start acting all sweet, and so she might have got me a little bit, but we don't know too much about her. Let me know how y'all think down below in the comments. What is you guys' biggest fear or challenge facing? Like, okay, for me, I'm good off school, I'm good off like the relationship stuff. For me, it's really just the rebelliousness and keeping them tight knit through that teenage phase. That's my biggest thing. I think I can handle it, but what's your biggest fear? Because there's a lot of horror stories out there. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel down below in the comments. Answer my question. Subscribe. It's free. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm gone.